Welcome into this episode of Coach's Corner. Jordan Woodruff with you, and great to have you along as we're joined today by Ben Steichen with soccer. And how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, doing good. Getting going a little bit in the season, but still good.
Dodging raindrops and hell and like thunderstorms, right? I mean that's always the thing when you get into the soccer and spring sports.
Yeah, we've been blessed so far. Really, the major thing we've had to deal with is just wind. Gusts of winds have been incredibly difficult this year. So.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be tough for anything. I know back even playing baseball in the day, just those days that are windy, and then you add it like a day like today where the temps drop and it's colder and the wind chill's out there. I know it's not below freezing even the wind chill, but still, it's hard to get those kids motivated sometimes. Just kind of gets miserable out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially when you're going against that wind. We got that great advantage of trying to do that on a north-south field with a north wind just the other day that just... It tears into you, and it makes you think it's that mental game for it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then when you put that ball down, or you kick that ball and it only goes like 10 yards, or it just rolls along the ground, even though there's nobody's kicked it. Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, very, very tough. Referee comes back. No, you got to start it back there again. No, it's going to keep rolling. I don't know what you want us to do about that. So
I guess you have to do like football, have somebody hold it, right?
We wish, but then they're going to call for a handball.
I know, that's what I mean. Yeah. Maybe that's what they have to adjust. You have to hold them with your foot. So. Hey, let's talk a little bit about soccer. How's things progressing, and how things coming along for you guys this year?
They're coming along well. We're 5 games in. We opened up the new facility last night. Had a home game against Kingfisher, and got a good win for that one. So it was really it was a great atmosphere. So first of all, I mean we're very thankful to the Board of Education, the school district, and then the citizens of Ponca City for that new facility because it is fantastic for us. Everybody raves about it. Other coaches are sitting there saying, "You guys got it made."
And you kind of got teased with it last spring and finally get it this spring.
Yeah, we finally get it this one. We had a preseason tournament, but that's just not the same as when you really get in and you're really kind of going through. So we've been slowly progressing. We had a little bit of a rough start to the season as we go through. We lost our first 3 games all by 2-1. And they were all by, simple mistakes that, we're breaking in some new stars. We're trying to meld that team together that hasn't played before. And so we lost 2-1 in the first 3 games, and then we had to go into a shootout in our 4th game to pick up our first win. And then last night, of course, we had the big win last night against Kingfisher for us. So, I mean, things are on the up, I think, really. More than anything else, we're starting to kind of figure out, who's playing where, who plays well together, and then our style of play, how we really want to attack those things. So it's been a really I think it's been a positive way to kind of go through things to start the season for sure.
Who's been some of the kids that have kind of stepped up for you? We talk about this every year when we start, and you have the ones that have been there that are certainly going to the leadership role, but you also have some of the ones that maybe step up and get into an elevated role in the year.
Yeah, no, we got 2 first-time center backs that are starting together that have been humongous. They played better than what we were hoping for at this point. Yeah, they make their mistakes, but they've been really good, and that's been a senior Logan Hanger, and then also a junior Omer Bernal, who they have been fantastic pairing in the center right there, and it's made it a lot easier to kind of move some guys around as we're going into it. Another senior, Johnny Lopez, has really helped out in that midfield, and you can notice when he's not in as he goes into it. So we've really been able to really kind of get some of those we've had, and then we've got some of the same old guys that have played a little bit more, and Evan Mills as our goalkeeper, and then Sammy Furman and Grady Scott defenders. And, of course, Hondo Perez coming back in the midfield and really got to get some more of that time and leading that attacking charge as we're going through. But we've been ecstatic with him and the rest of the guys, Ben Anderson and Roman Ward as we're going into it, and Grayson Moore, guys that have really stepped into those roles that they were been building for the last 2 years to get to.
Yeah. One thing I always like to ask when you start a season, you don't know it yet, but, you guys have got a few games in, a few matches in, you kind of know. You can see, and you also know with the experience you had from last year, what's kind of developing is the identity this season of this team.
Yeah, this team likes to, they play together in club, a lot of them, and then at the same time, they've known each other for years. So you got this group identity. I love the close-knit of them. They are a family. Yeah, they've gotten, and it's been great. They've gotten into some arguments, and you can hear it, and then they turn back around, and it's, I love you, brother,
Right.
we're good to go. And you can see that identity of trying to get those things figured out. Now it's just the added, like, okay, we we were successful in club, how do we translate that over here and meld that against some of these teams that we've played before and we're going through. And the great thing about our preseason is that the first 8 games, they matter, but they don't matter. Mm-hmm. They matter in the terms of we got to get better. They don't matter as in you could lose all 8 of them and still make the playoffs.
It's all leads to your district.
It all leads to that district that first Thursday in April against Enid, and that's when the real deal starts.
Is the district same as last year, or is there changes this year?
Yeah, no, exact same as last year. We're on the second year of our cycle, so next year they'll certainly go into that new district standings and everything. But for right now, we have Enid and Stillwater, Piedmont, U.S. Grant, Jinx, Union, and Sapulpa.
Yeah, good opportunity. I feel like a good opportunity to maybe make the playoffs.
We really feel so. We really feel like we can compete with those teams when we play our best. There's not a lot of teams that are going to beat us. So we beat ourselves has been our mantra for this year. Is like we're the only ones that can stop us. How we come in with our mentality, how hard and how much effort we give, and then just our mistakes that we don't characteristically make. So we really feel like we have that opportunity. We can compete with all these teams. We competed with them last year. We didn't lose a whole lot of seniors. We're gaining some guys back that are melding into this system. We've changed a few things from last year, and that's certainly fit the mold for this group.
What were some of the changes?
Some of the changes, just how we play. Last year we could rely on Dax Aragi to score goals. He had 16 goals last year. Now we're having to use a variety of guys. So far we were 5 games in, and we've scored 16 goals, and out of those 16 goals, you're looking at 6 different guys scoring.
Wow. Okay.
We're not relying on one person as it goes into it. We're not giving up after one goal. Those games are going to be closer. It's just going to be how do you react with that. So our system of play kind of going forward, the attack style, it just changes a touch. How we're really not relying on one, we're relying on 11.
Yeah. How many years you been doing this?
This is my 17th year as a head coach.
Wow. You're getting close to the longest tenured around, aren't you? You may be, right?
If you're talking about head coach, probably. If you're talking about coach, no, Coach Parent's got me beat. He'll always have me beat.
That's true, yeah.
He coached me, so there are certainly those that have been around for a long. Coach Mack, the same thing.
Yeah, Coach Mack and Coach Parent, like I said, they've been involved in just about everything.
Yeah. So I'm getting up there. That's for sure. It's been a blessing to have gone as long as this has, and I'm not taking it for granted every single game, every single team that I get to coach.
Yeah. Well, I hope you had a good season. I know the ultimate goal is to get to playoffs, so let's do your best to get there, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon talking about that.
Appreciate it, yeah.
All right, I want to say thanks to Ben Steichen with soccer, and I want to say thanks to Chris behind the camera. That's going to do it for us today with Coach's Corner. Jordan Woodruff saying until next time, go Cats.